All right, so I guess if you could tell me a little bit about the organization.
Well, BioM is the cluster development organization of the state of Bavaria. We are the management organization to try to build and facilitate the growth of biotech out of academia, but also do partnership activities with strategic partners like Big Pharma, like other biotech companies nationally and internationally. And of course we have close ties with the investor relations and investor companies. So we are trying to bring everybody to the table to match and meet. What is unique, I think, about BioM is that we have close ties to the government and to the political decision makers to basically bring them to the table and make them understand what is necessary to build a successful infrastructure and ecosystem.
Could you tell me something about the scene here in Munich?
Of course, we feel very special, but I think what is very unique is and almost comparable, or definitely comparable with, for example, places like Harvard, so Cambridge, is that we have two excellent universities with more than 100,000 students. We have the outside university research institution like Max Planck, who just won the Nobel Prize in nanophysics, and we also have institutions like Helmholtz and others who really work on the translation of early innovation into the clinical practice. And I think what has been missing in the past is let's say the clinical environment, and now we are putting together all the university hospitals that we're having here and built an infrastructure of more than 5,000 inpatients and more than 100,000 outpatients to really facilitate the clinical trial, and from phase 1 all the way hopefully into approval.
So there's quite the connection between sort of industry and academia.
Yeah, this is what we're trying to achieve. I think we are still heavy on the academia side, on the research side, so we're still counting our Nobel laureates, which we can, but I think we have to grow out and bring more of those ideas into companies. So this is still something we need to work on.
But at least that brings the recognition, I guess.
Absolutely, and this is something, of course, brings money, brings international partnerships. And this is why we're reaching out to everybody, like in an event like here at the BioEurope. So try to be very international, very outspoken, outreaching.
What does it mean to the community for BioEurope to be here? I know it's been here in the past.
Well, it's quite obvious. I mean, being such a biotech hub and scientific hub here, it's great that the community now gathers here in Munich at this place. We can meet and exchange, especially after the pandemic. It has been a slow start after the pandemic, but this year I think we have more than 5,500 participants from all over the world, and we are really thrilled by everybody's coming here and wanted to interact, to meet, to partner, to discuss and build the future of biotech.
Right. And clearly it's nice to be able to welcome people and to show off what Munich has, but what do you think you're looking forward to be able to achieve from this?
Well, I think we need to bring more, let's say, startups into, let's say, sustainable growth. We're still struggling a little bit with, let's say, IPOs. So most of our really successful companies grow in the US or other places in the world, or maybe even outside of Germany. And so I think we have to establish robust partnerships with partners in the US and other parts in Europe to really leverage our knowledge and our capabilities. It also, of course, the financial, let's say, resources that are available. And of course, we all know that the geopolitical situation has changed, so there has to be new alliances, new partnerships, and maybe even new area of focus.